Hello friends, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Sharon. So I am going to, I got lots of ideas. This is my the garden journal. That's I'm not going to spend a lot of time embellishing or anything. The person who's getting it, they'll be doing all that if they want to do. This is to keep a record of their garden this year. So not sure how much embellishing they want to do. So now here's where we're at. We are going to bind the signatures, and the signatures are right here. So I must tell you, I did sew with my sewing machine up the center off camera, because I actually sewed it onto the back thing, because this is going to be a floating spine. I think that's what it's called, floating spine. However, when I got the one in and the second one in, I went to do something, and I can't, honestly, right now, I'm not sure how big of a stitch I used, but anyway, it ripped. And so I thought, you know what, and it wasn't a big rip, but it was enough to make me go, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. So I ripped them both off there, and I'm going to do the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So what I'm going to do first, though, is this we're going to see. So I just want to quickly cover this with something. This here is the pages I'm going to put back here. So I can cut this. Remember, if you've been watching, I cut it already once because I needed it for another thing. So I'm thinking that I will cut this. Yeah. So I can afford to cut that and still have plenty. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to glue this onto there. And you know me, anything that I don't have to measure, I'm a happy camper. Why do I not have my gluing pages? Okay, let's get this out. I have this tacky glue and of course my good old Elmer's glue that I always use. So, but I think I'm going to use the Elmer's because it dries pretty quick for me. So we're going to put this on there. We're going to give it a couple minutes. And while I'm prepping to bind, this will dry for me. And you know what I need? Oh, I got my bone folder, but I would like my other thing, which is the piece that I'm going to use. That's nice. Like, it won't be the whole length, so you know what? I'm going to use this because I just don't want the writing showing, and it's not like you're going to see a lot of it, but just enough, right? So you are going to watch me do the least. I'm going to bind with the very least amount of measuring possible. Don't try this at home. I've got a lot of shadows here. I don't have the best lighting because I'm in my RV, and it's just sunsets happening. It's a beautiful sunset, but yeah. So I do have some shadowing. Hopefully this works. I don't know if I should close the curtain or not. I'm going to leave it. Okay. Why are you not sticking? Why are you not sticking? So we don't need the whole length. Whoops. Okay, we'll get rid of that. So we'll just let that dry, and we will carry on. Oh. Well, I've got a little bit, but There we go. By the time I do my, you know, my inking. Okay, stop, Sharon. I cut it 3 times and it's still too short. Do you have that same problem? I don't know who used to say that. Someone in my life used to say that. I cut it 3 times and it's still too short. Okay, this is, whatchamacallit, tape from the good tape from the first aid kit, whatever that's called. Very good tape. So I'm going to put one down the center. Oops, this one's a little too long. So we're going to pull that back and cut it. One down the center. And one down each side. Hopefully I'm in camera here. Yeah, this is just, it's like really good tape. But it definitely is a good reinforcer. So the last thing you want is to put your creative self into a project and then have it fall apart. Especially if you give it away as a gift. Especially if you give it away as a gift. So, or sell it would be even worse, wouldn't it? So, anyway, yeah, this stuff is pretty good. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like, you know what it is. You know what I mean. It is stretchy, but I'm trying not to stretch it. I'm trying to just let it be its self. There we go. Okay, and you won't see that because I'm gonna, as I said before, I'm gonna, oops, put these over. Once I get my signature in, then I'm gonna put these in. So, but my signature's gonna go down first. Okay, so here is, see how this is longer than this? So we're not gonna stress. As long as we don't go any shorter than that, we'll be fine. You'll understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, let me go get my book binding tool. I have a tool just for this occasion. Sorry about that. I thought I had everything out and ready. Now I got this on, uh-oh, I'm missing a piece. I got this on Facebook junk journals from Betty Jo. And, yeah, I don't know, one of her family members, I think, well, it was made from a 3D printer. I believe it was one of her family members. I don't think it was her. But boy, is it cool. Okay, so first things first. We'll put that there. We have to decide. Well, you know what? It's not a big deal because we're doing a hidden binding anyway. So I'm just going to use... Oh, however... When I say it's not a big deal, I'm going to leave the 2 centers for some charms. So that will make a difference. Do I want it dark? Do I want it... I don't want it white for sure. This here, blonde, gingerish, orange, sandy, I don't know. And then even lighter. You know, I think I'm going to go with... I think I'm going to go with the dark. So... As per binding instructions, you go 3 times. 1, 2, 3, but I am going to go a little bit more because I want to hang some charms. So I need 2 of those because I have two signatures. And I'm going to put charms on both, I think. I try to put the heart made with love on most of my projects. I try. Okay, so this is how simple this is for me. And it's going to be even simpler. Typically, you would get this centered and do all that push, but I sewed it, remember? I sewed it with my sewing machine. I just have to make sure I get the center. 1. Oh, that is the center. So I sewed it with my sewing machine. Then after I sewed it, I put whatever this stuff all around. Why am I having a brain freeze? I don't know. So you don't have to do the typical push and clip and clip and clip. So I'm going to put this down as far as I can, and I'm going to put this in here, and this is what I'm going to do. And don't yell at me for not going to a whole bunch of trouble of measuring. I do want to tell you something though, for your information and from my experience. The last journal I did, I went down quite a ways from the top and the same distance from the bottom and blah, blah, blah. After I made it and got it all in or whatever, the top was dropping like it wasn't staying up. Lucky for me, I put a brad at the top and made a decorative thing. But what I did learn was don't come down so far from that top, right? Yeah. So anyway, okay, here we go. I've got this as far as I go at the bottom. If you see, I'm at the bottom because whatever we do with this one, we want to do the same with the second one. So I'm going to go up. Some people would say just go up the 1 and go down the 1. Is that odd? Then what does it leave in the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right there. Okay, that's what we're doing. So we're going to punch it in the middle. We're going to go 1 down, and we're going to go 1 up. Okay, are you with me here? We're going to set this over. We're going to pull the other one out. We're going to make sure we have it upside right. We're going to find the center. I believe that's the center. Nope, that's the center. Oh, what's funny is I put the washi tape on. This one I put the washi tape on before I sewed, and this one I put the washi tape on after I sewed. How is that possible? Are we sure we're in the center? See me second guessing myself? That is the center. Okay, anyway, let's not make a big deal of it. Okay, so here we're going to do the exact same thing. We've got it up the right way. So we're going to find the middle. So we're going to go here, one from the top. But this one I'm going to go right at the bottom. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the center. Right there. Now you're saying, but don't you have to measure? What about the other part? What about your other part? Don't you have to measure? Don't you have to measure? Watch what I do. I'm not saying this is the right way. I'm saying this is how I do it. Okay, so I'm going to get my thing here. And remember, this is longer than I need. So I can't go any lower or higher than about there. So I'm going to try to stay in the center because that gives me a little bit on each end, and I'll cut that off later. So what we want to do is we want to figure out, we want these side by side, and we want to kind of do it so that it's center. Okay, so I like that. Am I straight? Fairly. Whoops. I'm going to pull one signature away. I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to lay it like that, and I'm going to try, right? Our eyeballs are pretty straight. If you don't have straight eyeballs, some people don't, I guess. You'll figure it out. So I'm going to go, you know, it's almost like you go to the center and then come back a bit. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to stress it. I'm going to get my needle. Oops. I'm going to put my thread on my needle. Just like so. Okay, I am ready. Here's what I want to do. I need to think. You need to think. You have choices. Where do you want your thread to hang from? Typically, you would go through the center, but I actually want it to hang from the top so it can hang down with a charm in it. Does that make sense? Yes. So you can do it from the center, you can do it from the top. If this wasn't a hidden spine, this is a floating spine, so you're not going to see the stitches on the outside. If it wasn't, and you were actually cutting into your book and going through, you know, doing the stitches, then that's another thing. Do you want your string to be on the outside at the top so that you can hang a tassel or a charm? Do you want it at the center inside? So this is where you have to decide. I am going to go with it being right here at the top in the middle. I'm just going to double check that I didn't flip this over. I don't think, yeah, so the picture's upright. So, okay. So here we're going to go back to the middle. We're going to find that hole right there. And this is the easy part. Oh, you know what? I don't think I brought it. I have a rubber eraser on my desk at home that I use to stab into, but I don't recall seeing it. So, you know the rubber eraser that you get that will rub off dry glue? So we're going to, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just make do with what I have. And I'm going to use my glue book. And this will help. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Now I want to be in the center kind of and down a bit. So, and there's no right or wrong here on this first hole. It is what it is. But once you've made that hole, then that's it. You're committed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'm going to pull my awl out, and I'm going to put my first stitch in. Put my first stitch in and put it in there. Okay. And I'm just going to leave it right there. I'm not going to pull it too far because I remember I gave myself extra. So right now what I'm going to do, my goal is to get this straight. So am I straight on both sides? Sorry if my head's in the way, but do you see what I'm doing? I'm squaring everything off here. And now I'm going to go to my center hole. Hopefully I can find it. Okay, I'm going to go to my bottom hole. I thought I saw it. Oh my, why can't I see the holes? There's my center hole. Okay. I guess I do need a bit of a line. But what can I do now? I can get my ruler. Of course, I don't have a pencil. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Okay, so I got that. So I'm going to move over. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to put some marker, but that's okay. You're not going to see it. Okay. So I'm going to pull that. And that's tight. And I'm just going to go for it. Just going to go for it. Now, don't stress it. Whoops. I should have maybe went a little deeper. Don't stress it, because when you put the second one in, if the first one's not exactly straight, the second one will straighten it out. Okay, we're going to come up through there. And this stitching, trust me, every video that you watch, lots of people do it differently. There's no right or wrong when it comes to this stitch. It's all basically the same technique, but there's no right or wrong which way you go first. If you go left, right, left, right. Okay, where's my line? So there's my line. And there we go. Push that in far. We're going to pull this out here, and it's going to go through. Okay, and that's tight. And then we're going to go back through here without splitting the threads. Well, that didn't work because I wanted to end up here. Okay, so we're going to go all the way. No. Well, I think we should have went to the bottom first. What do you think? So let's try to pull this back. Remember how I said don't overthink it? Well, sometimes you got to think it a little bit. Yeah, you were probably saying, Sharon, it's not going to work. Sharon, it's not going to work. Okay, so we're going to have to pull this back. Try not to split. Okay, so we want to go, I think I got it now. We want to go all the way to the bottom. And then we're going to go, Are you telling me what I'm doing wrong here? Because I don't get what I'm doing wrong. Why is this not working? Okay, let's pull this up here. You know what? I think I can do it. I think I can do it. It doesn't matter what this looks like on this side because it's floating, right? So no one's going to see the outside of it. Okay, let's try to get in there. Try not to split my thread. And you know what's funny? I guess there is a right and a wrong way to do it. But I don't know. At the end of the day, is your... Yeah, see, that's what I'm going to do. At the end of the day, is your signature sewn in? Are you happy with your end result? See, it's still straight. Everything's good. So I'm going to pull this up here. I'm going to tie it up here. But I'd like it to be up there, but it's not going to be, is it? It's going to be in the center. Whether I want it or not, that's where it's going. And you know, when it come to think of it, I don't think I've ever done one that's not been in the center. I just thought I could. But you know what? I probably can. I just have to think a little more. So there we go. That's on that. Now, the next one, we already put our holes in. So we're going to do this. We're going to put this side by side, just like that. And we're not going to stress it. And we are going to put, oh, first of all, we're going to thread our needle. And we've got to put our holes in the thing. So we've got the center here. We're not going to put really any space between them. We're just going to make sure that these are even. And my hole is right there. And my hole is right there. And oops. My hand moved. Let's get that in there. Okay. And then my hole is right in the center. Where'd my hole go? No, that's the center. It's like my, oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, let's get this even. Even Steven. And there's my hole. Through it goes. Okay. So let's do what we know well. Okay, so we're going to go in from the center. Right there. Gives that some space. I'm going to go down to the bottom. Oops. Go up through the top. I'll get it tight once I get this through here. I'm not stressing it. It's all doable. And then back through the center. Without, whoops, without splitting that thread. Why can't I find that hole? It's just that time of day where the natural light's not enough and the sun setting. Okay, so do we have it tight? Yes, we have it tight. And oh, you know what? That'll be enough. So we'll do one knot. And this is string with wax. So these knots don't come undone, but lots of people, I do as well as lots of people do put a spot of glue on. Okay, 2 knots. Okay, we're going to leave that super long string. And there you have it. We're sewn in. We've got our 2 signatures sewn in. So next, we're going to go like this. And this is where we can trim it. Because we left that long just to give us some stuff to work with. So I'm going to trim it just a little bit under. Oh, try to go straight. And a little bit under. Try to go straight. There we go. Now, we're going to double duty this. We won't see this because remember we're going to put the piece over like so. So what we're going to do is we're going to put glue here, and I think what I'll do, okay, I'm going to glue it down first and then I'll put the tape. Wonder if I should use that new glue. You know what? I don't know which to do. Okay, I'm going to use this glue. I'm not stressing it too much because I'm going to put that medical tape over top of it. Let's make sure we got everything upside right though. That would not be fun if I didn't have it upside right. So let's close this and make sure we got that in the middle. I think I might just clip it right there and give it a few minutes to connect. Oops. Yeah. And then I'll come back. So I'm going to get some clamps. And I have clamps somewhere, but I haven't used them yet. So I'm not sure where I put them. I feel like they might be in my basket, in my storage, which is my van. Unless they're in the bottom here. And no, they're not in the bottom here. So yeah, they're in my storage in my van. Oh, I was looking for those. I thought I had 2 of them. Oh, that's going to be perfect. I think I have 2 of them. But even one's, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to find a heavy book, and I'm going to put that, actually, put it under my soda stream. I'm going to give that a few minutes just to settle and, whoops, sorry, regroup. See, put my stuff away. So that's my binding. That's, what did I say? A floating binding. So you don't see your work on the outside. So that's, yeah, that's always an option. I think this is actually the first one that I've ever done. But I've watched lots of videos. So, and yeah, so I kind of had an idea of what to do. And what do you think of this? Isn't this just the cat's meow? Bobby Joe. I will link her. I will try to find her information and put the link down below. Because boy, is that ever. I feel like it's, you know what? I don't know if it's her husband or her son. Someone. A family. Yeah, I think I like this one. So these are just the Dollar Tree ones. So I think I'm going to put this one on there. I'm thinking on the inside. Just glue it to the inside. I just think it's so cool. Yeah, West Coast seeds. So I'll probably cut this so that I can glue it flat. So many choices. Oh, let's review. Look how my seed. What are they? Paper clip seed pouches. I glued them all. They've worked out great. This is, I finished one on camera, remember? So here it is. Now I definitely need something on here. I've got some flower stickers. Let's see if I can find, if they're small enough. But even if they're not small enough, I can always cut it. But yeah, I have a bunch of these. That would look cool on there. So I don't want to put, the back is this, but I don't want to put a lot of stuff on here because if she wants to put a couple seeds in there and then write on it what the seeds are, right? Oh, that'll look nice. Let's see. I don't have my pokey tool with me. My pokey tool shouldn't be too far yet. Right there. Let's see what this looks like. So I think after I put this on, I think I'm going to have to say goodbye for the day because I've lost all my light. And, but tomorrow's another day. Okay. Okay. You can go then. Oh, that's precious. So I'll just lift it up and I'll just cut away the extra. So oh yeah, yeah, I like that. That's nice. So that's gonna go. So that's that. That is what our seed pouches look. Why am I forgetting whatever this is? Paperclip seed pouches. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that next video. Well, thanks again for coming back to my channel. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy having you. Please tell me what your thoughts are about my no measuring hidden binding. Did you think it was going to work? Anyway, you have a great day. And oh, welcome to all my new subscribers. Holy cow, I got lots in the last week or so. So you have a great day and see you soon.